Good morning, everyone. I welcome all the participants and our resource person, Honorable Dr. M.B. Kumtekar sir, to the first session of day 3rd of our AICT IST sponsor online induction refresher program on innovation in concrete technology. I would like to introduce our today's resource person, Honorable Dr. M.B. Kumtekar sir. Dr. M.B. Kumtekar sir is currently working as a principal at Government College of Engineering, Karad. Sir received PhD and having 15 years of experience in designing and execution of pre-stressed bridges, tunneling, dam-foot powerhouses. He worked as paper setter and member of interview panel for MPSC and paper setter for UPSC. He worked as official trainer for L&T Group, SEC, Ultratech Cement, Kalpataru Properties, Mumbai, etc. He worked on various committees of AICT New Delhi, including Review Committee. He designed more than 3,000 buildings as consultant in the last 25 years. He is a founder president of the Karad Architect and Engineering Association, Karad. He worked as NBA coordinator for UG-PG courses 3 times and successfully obtained the accreditation. Sir has total 99 papers published in journals and conference while working as a training and placement officer. More than 2,500 students of Government College of Engineering, Karad are placed in reputed organization industries. Sir has been awarded Bharat Ratna Dr. M. Vishweshwarya Puraskar of the Karad Architect and Engineering Association, Karad, in the year 2017. So let us begin our today's session on blendable concrete by Dr. Kumtekar sir. I would like to request sir to start the session.
Good morning. Hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So very good morning to all the delegates coming from different parts of Maharashtra. My friend, Professor Prasad Sawant, all the organizers of this IST program on innovations in concrete technology. It's my great pleasure to share something is called as the bendable concrete. The word concrete is at all not new for the world. In fact, there are evidences that the concrete was there as a construction material right in the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Let me share this particular thing, so we'll start the presentation directly. Are you getting the screen?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll just check. Now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. I hope the screen is now clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Now, when you talk about the concrete, You always find this material a typical material for the construction due to its two things. One, its typical behavior in two phases. Typical behavior in two phases. One is what is called as the plastic stage, and second is called as the hardened stage. In the plastic stage, it is purely like a plastic material. It is also called a green concrete, where you as per your own wish and will. It is deformable. It is not at all strong, and hence you can put the concrete in the formwork, in the dyes or mold, maybe for beam or maybe for slab, maybe for column, till it doesn't start the process of hardening. This is the only advantage which is having its own advantage. Second, if you talk about the cost of the concrete, let us assume the M20 concrete, which is commonly used in the practice today. The rate is about 6,000 rupees per cubic meter. If you assume the density of the concrete to be around 2,500, the rate is about 2,500. The rate is very much close to 2 rupees 30 paisa per kg. But if you talk about the steel, the market rate itself very close to 50 to 60 rupees per kg. And hence, if you take into consideration cost of welding and all, it goes up to rupees 60 rupees per kg. So you mean the concrete or the steel is basically 25 times rather the costlier than that of a steel. Second, the concrete itself is a very durable material. And third, it has having its own versatile property that it can take any shape, any say the mold, it can take any geometrical alignments and all, which is not possible in the case of concrete, in the case of steel. Third part, if we go for the steel structures, you always require frequent maintenance against the corrosion and all. And hence, as I said, the concrete is easily accepted construction material. It is no doubt durable. It is very much resistant to fire. It is the energy efficient. On-site fabrication is very easy. The only disadvantages with the concrete is it is having low tensile strength. Hence, we augment it with the help of the reinforcement now in the formation. Second, it is very much brittle in nature. That means it has low ductility. It cannot go into the plastic strains for a long time. If it crack in the shear, making some sound which is called a catastrophic failure. And due to this, we have to take care when it is subjected to loading. Third part, it is having inconsistent reliability due to the variable vibration applications in skill in the job. For example, let me again share for the friends. In the case of concrete, if you don't do what is called as consolidation or the compaction of the concrete properly, lost. Strength will be lost. If there are 5% voids, the loss of the strength will be to the tune of 30%. If the voids are present to the tune of 10%, the loss of the strength will be to the tune of 50%. And hence, the proper compaction or consolidation is also an important thing. Third part, basically low resilient property. It cannot absorb the shocks. And hence, when the structures are there which are subjected to the pounding loading, there is something called as the impacts on these particular concrete members. It is going to lead to the crack. And it is always possible that a single crack which is generated in it will lead to what is called as the big crack failures. The propagation of the crack will be so fast, it will lead to what is called as sudden failure. These are the things which we have to take into account while designing or while placing the concrete member for the use. My dear friends, there are a lot of definitions of the concrete. The speakers must have covered it. If I ask this question commonly in the interviews, the answer which is given to me is very simple. to me, it is the mix of some aggregates, then the fine and coarse, water, admixture, and so many other components they share. But if you ask me, what is the right definition of the concrete from my point of view? The right, it is the homogeneous mix of heterogeneous material. It is homogeneous mix of the heterogeneous materials. If you see the materials in the concrete, they have different shapes, different size, different surface texture, different color. But ultimately, when I force to come together, it is called as the cohesive material. It is something what is having greater or better consistency. Let us talk to this particular thing. What is the need of this? In fact, whatever pictures I am showing in this particular presentation, nothing is from the net. In fact, these are the project. This is the project which was done by me for LNTCC 8 to 10 years back, when the project of monorail construction in Mumbai was going on, and mainly for it is moving across one web, a beam-like thing on placed on the sides, and hence this project was referred to us as the Government College of Engineering Karad, and basically material, and technically it is called as engineered cementitious composites. Why, I will share with you, but just for the sake of saying it is technically, it is called as the bendable concrete. What is the need of this particular concrete? As I said, concrete is not at all a new material. It is known to human beings since long. If you see the Mohenjo-daro Harappa, the concrete today is known as high performance concrete. Perfect town planning, there was something called a gluing material. In fact, this was further developed construction where they have used what is called as the concrete for the long span structures, what is technically now called as the domes or arches. Of course, it is purely due to the structural behavior. When I put the load on the arch, when I put the load on the dome, that it is not subjected to bending and shear. It is along the membrane transfer phenomenon. They have used it. In fact, to increase the life of the structure or performance of the structure, they went for the horse hairs, what is the new concrete. So concept of this concrete technology is known to us since long. Whatever what we are doing, we are trying to enhance the properties with concrete, and hence the concrete today is known as high performance concrete. What is the problem with this thing? Conventional concretes are basically unbendable. If I put subjected to bending or the deflection with a very short span, it will generate a crack, it will make a sound, it will be a catastrophic failure. But in when they are subjected, when there is subject what is called as the bending is required, deformation is required, this concrete is practically useless, or the lack of bendability is the major cause of the failure under the strains. You can find out what from the first picture itself. It has been pushing factor in the development of bendable concrete, and name is the technical name is the engineered cementitious composite, and it is basically capable of exhibiting flexibility. I'll show you the basic properties under the testing. What we use here, why how we can change the property is to create a body of the concrete using a typical fibers which are called as polyvinyl alcohol fibers, typically known as PVA fibers. When I was a BTech or MTech students under me, we brought that particular fibers from China because they were not available at that time. The cost was very much, 1,000 rupees per kg, but now the scenario will change. ECC is made from the same basic ingredients of the conventional concrete with the addition of high range water reducing agents, which are basically called as the superplasticizers, which are basically called as the superplasticizers. The only thing that I will like to share with you, any sort of the coarse aggregate, and hence it is basically a mortar, and hence the name is called as the mortar. name is called as engineered cementitious composites. This is the introduction. This is basically the need and relevance of this particular material. Traditional concrete is considered to be ceramic, brittle and rigid. The main important ones are the brittle and basically rigid. It cannot sustain any sort of the shocks. It cannot undergo the deformation. It can suffer the catastrophic failure when strained in an earthquake or by routine overuse. This is a very common thing in the case of concrete. In the case of gate, the catastrophic results, sudden collapses, bulging of the column, loss of the staircase unit, purely due to this phenomenon. This property on the brittle and rigidity. Here, ECC acts more like a metal than a glass. What is the property of the glass? When it is subjected to impact, it is going to collapses. But what happens in the case of metal? If I apply the load, if I put under the strain, it will go on elongating for a very long time, and hence the ECC acts more like a metal than the glass. This is more important statement. It is studded with a specially coated reinforcing fibers that hold it together. The meaning is, when I introduce the fiber, I am creating small type of the gaps, nano gaps to be honest with you. These nano gaps provide the space, provide the volume to adjust what are called as strain levels which are developed in the body of the concrete when they are subjected to impact. Second thing, these fibers act as the crack arresters. They are called as crack arresting mechanism, because if you see the failure mechanism of the concrete, the crack goes on widening, crack goes on elongating, and one time the two planes separate, two halves separate, and they lead to the failure. What happens? The fibers are placed in a such a way, they are oriented in such a way that they will not allow, they come perpendicular to the line of direction of the crack. ECC remain intact and safe to use at the tensile strain up to 0.5%. In the case of concrete, it is not even 0.01%. You can understand, we say strain levels are extended, deformability extended by almost 600 times. That is the thing I like to share. Where the concrete cannot carry the load or the beyond, this is the concept of ECC. This is the concept of ECC. It is something like a cement mortar based fiber reinforced composite of FRC only, with the various superior ductility, most important, almost 600 times that of the ductility of a normal concrete intention. And composed of a regular cement. In fact, we have used the regular Ultratech cement, sand, water, a small amount of admixture, mainly the plasticizers, super plasticizers, and the quantum of the fibers. And these fibers, they act in a different way. They increase the ductility. Meda, kucha mulgal. And basically, this concrete is aggregate. These are the ingredients. Cement, technically known as binder. Second is the sand. We can use any type of the sand. In Karad, when I carried out this experiment, I used the crack sand available the Krishna River. Super plasticizer, I hope basically workability agent or water reducing agent. Up to last 10 years or so, the term was the plasticizer when I was in the field, say 30 years back. But now, like 3G to 4G and something, the word super plasticizer has been taken place, where when I put that particular some ingredient, it generates the charges. And as you are aware, the like charges, they repel each other. The aggregate automatically gets separated due to this electronic charge. Electrically, the workability increases. One more point what we added is nothing but what is called as the carbon fiber. called as the pozzolanic admixtures. I hope you are about this particular word. The pozzolanic admixtures, they are inert material in nature. They are very, very fine. They are very, very tiny. And as you are aware, if the shape of the material will become always the round, spherical. And as they are spherical, they will act as the ball bearings. They'll increase the vocabulary amount of the quantum of the cement, and basically it will try to avoid the presence of calcium hydroxide, which is also called as the free lime. It de-shatter any type of the structure, maybe building, maybe infra, and normally at the joint of beam and column or at the center of the slab patches. These white patches are nothing but exit of what is called as the free lime, which is generated due to the process. In the case of hydration, of course, many other speakers must have already shared cement, any cement in the world, let it be from France, let it from Korea, which are big manufacturers of the cement, cement always consists of only 4 components, and they are technical components. They are the oxides: calcium oxide represented as C, SiO2 silica represented as S, alumina Al2, and ferrite iron oxide represented as F. These are the 4 important ingredients of the cement. And the 5th ingredient, which is bina guest, is nothing but the magnesium oxide, chromium oxide, and all. They are technically known as impurities. And when I add the water to it, I normally ask this question in the MPS and all. Suppose if I am Ambani and I have my own petrol industry, basically petroleum industry, I don't believe in your water which is used by you as a contractor. I'll permit you, irrespective of the cost. Why not to go for the petrol, diesel fuel, which is used in the aeroplanes to prepare the concrete? Can I do it? The answer is absolutely no. Even you have the better petrol, better quality of the liquid water, because water is considered as a dipolar material, H plus and OH minus. And when this water is added, it goes on forming different type of the gels. The one of the popular gel is called as CSH gel, which is nothing but a fibrous. It is basically make you enjoy the jelly in the case of the ice cream or the milkshakes and all. The similar type of the amorphous material, which will hooks of that particular aggregate, may be fine and all in position, and which will give the strength. Not only this, when you do this, there is a presence of calcium material, whitish material, creamy white material, which is a byproduct of this particular process. Technically, this particular calcium hydride is not going to disturb you, but it cannot stay in the body of the concrete. It starts oozing out. It starts coming out. And while oozing, you will appearing as the white patches on the surface of the concrete that you will observe just after your de-shattering. What is the problem with this practice material? But when they come out of the body of the concrete, matrix of the concrete, you will always find the gaps are provided, and these gaps and voids which are produced by this particular, say, calcium hydroxide, they become gateway of India, through which the external may be carbonic acid, it may be nitrous, it may be sulfur, and whatever which is present in the atmosphere along with the water, it will generate a material in nature, and they are nothing but the carbonic acids. And when the acids are generated in the body of the concrete, as you are aware, the concrete is alkaline material. When the acid is inserted, you can recall the 9th or 8th or 9th standard, say, physics or chemistry experiment where you are inserted two rods, PET and SCl, you will find the light are generated. Light is formed, which is the electrochemical process. The same thing happens, and that is nothing but water. Let me tell you, out of my 30 years experience, my dear friend, corrosion is like a cancer. Once it is initiated, once it is triggered, once stop him. You can reduce the speed, you can extend the life, but definitely the corrosion cannot be brought to the zero level, and hence what add some material which is basically again inert, but when it find the calcium hydroxide, trace of the calcium hydroxide, when there is a presence of more than 10 degrees Celsius, this CaOH twice is converted into secondary CaSH gel, and hence it has twofold advantage. I can reduce the arc of the cement, which is dangerous as far as the sustainability is concerned, and second, it can reduce the heat of hydration, it can reduce the thermal crackage or shrinkage cracks, and basically go for the durability. And hence, the pozzolanic admixtures are become very, very common in the cement or concrete industry today. Basically, if you go to the market and just find out, if you ask for the general OPC for the large quantity, they will ask you to wait, because the most of the cements what are produced in the market, maybe by ACC, maybe by your say your Ultra, these are the now masters. You will find, or even your basically uh, four part of the any of the cement, you'll find most which are produced today, they are basically what is called as the blended cements, where we blend some sort of pozzolanic admixtures. Commonly, if you talk about this pozzolanic admixtures, the name come before your eyes are basically the flash, silica, also called as silica fumes. It may be the metakaolin. Now, for young people who are entering in the field of concrete technology, this is the third at the end of my lectures. Fourth is the granulated blast furnace slag, GGBS. Now, Dalmia is coming with that cement, Birla is coming with that particular cement, Kolhapur or Coimbatore, where the casting industries are in numbers. While doing this casting, iron casting, non-ferrous or flag, which is taken out, which is the useless material, and this material can be used if I grind it very fine level, they have the pozzolanic effect. So these are the cash. आपल्या भारतात जे तूस असतं, if I burn it to the 400 degrees Celsius plus, it is going to act as a wonderful pozzolanic admixture. They are nothing but the materials which are, again repeat, they are inert. They will become active when there is a presence of calcium hydroxide. Presence temperature is more than 10 degrees Celsius. The calcium hydroxide, also called as free lime, will be converted into CaSH gel, and hence these concrete, or the what is called as the pozzolanic concretes, they can enhance, they can better strength up to 45 degrees, 45 days, or even 9 days. Thus, they will give the strength, but technically they will give the strength maximum of 90 days, and hence the strength gaining mechanism is it will give the better strength, much better strength, if you add these pozzolanic admixtures. The very common pozzolanic admixture, those who are working with the government contracts. What is the flash? This is again a common question that we fire in the Public Service Commission examination. The answer from the students is nothing but the antimony of the thermal power plants. That answer is not at all correct, my dear friends. It is only ash, not the flash. That technically, those who are interested can note down, this flash is technically called as HRS, high reactive as high reactive silica. This is the ash collected in the shaft of the chimney, in the body of the chimney, in the stack of the chimney by a technical process which is called as electrostatic precipitation, ESP. If you blindly use the ash which is coming out of the chimney in the air, that will become again the nuclei for the generation of the more cracks. All these pozzolanic admixtures, they are very compound, high presence of the silicious that is called as silica. These are basically used that it will use the silica from the body, use the silica from the body, sodium hydroxide and H from the water, and it will generate the secondary CSH gel. Water, a commonly potable water having the pH between 6 to 7 or 7.5. This type of the concrete was developed by Professor Victory Lee of Michigan University 18 years back. This is the next thing. Cement, conventional cement. Don't go for anything but cement. It will be more useful because it is having better what is called as the workability. The color of the cement, keep in mind, is purely talk about the ACC cement. I request many of you to visit this particular plant at Wadi. Next to it is Ultratech. If you there are number of plants of the ACC in Gulbarga, another plant is at Porbandar. If you take the cement from these two plants under the same brand ACC, the cement color at the Gulbarga is the typical cementatious color, typical gray color, say light gray color. But if you go for ACC Porbandar, it will be slightly a reddish color because of the presence of the magnesium oxide. There is something called a Vikram cement near Chandrapur or between the Maharashtra and Chandrapur border, where I was earlier Nagpur. At that time, the cement is slightly whitish in presence. It is presence of what is called a chromium oxide. So impurities are the basically the cement. Basically, many people will find they are advertising in that particular TV. They are dancing that particular Birlas white and all. JK friend, there is nothing like a white cement in the world. When I reduce these impurities very close to zero, I'm again using the word very close to zero, it will, while manufacturing the cement, conventionally we use the coal as the burning material in the kiln. When we produce the white cement, instead of using the diesel, that is the only difference. It is the colorless cement without using of that particular carbon is called as the white cement. This is another thing. The fine aggregates, basically the fine silica sandy suitable. With normally go for the conventional sand, just try to maintain the fineness modulus very close to 2.4 to 2.5. I hope you if you don't get the sand of that particular nature or that particular property, you can really blend it with some different type of additive, maybe silica fumes and all, so that the fineness modulus can be brought down. Otherwise, it will be something like a harsh. I already told you the concept of super plasticizer today. It is the super plasticizer where you are adding the material in a very small quantum in the material in very small quantity. Super, you can add this particular second, you can read the second bullet, helps in dispersing the cement uniformly in the mix by their deep flocculation action. The field, it was basically it was only plasticizer where the concept of deflocculation is to come together. Here now, some of the material is being added some parts are positive, the cement particles, the aggregate parts are negative, alike parts, alike particles will never come together, and hence the water to 20%. And as you are aware, unless the extra water presents in the body of the concrete, it will bring the volume changes which are at the same time, you can find the increase in workability which is normally measured by the slump by about 18 to centimeters, which is without addition of any water. This is something the beautiful thing for the structure. I already told you the concept of the flash. It is basically, it is mixture using the flash. The concrete is called a pozocrete, is basically heat of hydration reduce, the strength goes on enhancing additional points for increasing the workability. Heat of hydration is reduced and basically occupy the void spaces which are otherwise occupied by the. Basically, it will also find very, very useful in cutting down what is called as the heat of the hydration. I would like to share with you my importance of the curing and this heat of the hydration. The places like Karad, where I am now staying and coming from, ए मेधा जरा हळू मेधा ए मेधा आवाज आवाज in the place like Karad, in the place like a slab casting, people say it is as if a ceremony. Many people will come, they will come to that particular form work, they'll discuss so many things. The casting is normally finished in the afternoon. Casting is finished in the afternoon. People will enjoy the food with some different combinations. The owner will early morning at 6:30. Definitely, he will give me a call, sir, please come down to my site. There are a lot of cracks and they are basically sentimental things are attached. This I have constructed so many buildings and associated with the building that is very common human tendency that if I go for the there is some scratch, fine, I will pity, I will feel bad for a couple of hours and forget. The same thing scratch for a new car also I can manage. I can there is a simple single crack to the concrete or mainly to the slab, person really gets annoyed. He feels as if the crack there, as if that slab is going to fall very next moment and out of his pocket, they are basically to the dogs. This is how the buildings and the slab is having more sentimental association with the owner. What happens just after I will again share that particular concept. What happens, there are a lot of cracks when we go to the slab. The owner is also very annoyed, angry. What we have to do, full of the water, just spread it on the slab. After half an hour, all the cracks will disappear. A typical shrinkage cracks, typical shrinkage cracks. Now, there are two phenomenon. I'll again slightly deviate, but they are more important for the people of the students who are contributing. My dear friends, there are two phenomena. When I add the water, I will not use the word water, a dipolar material to the cement. Initially there will be some physical reaction thing, which is called as the setting. It is normally, if you go to IS 269 and all typical course, they will say that the setting time should not be less than 30 minutes. It's fine. That means at least for the initial 30 minutes, the cement was being workable condition. I can put into the molds, I can put in the the forms and all. And this particular process of the setting, process of will continue to the 10 hours or 600 minutes. That is the conventionally what I learn and what you are learned when you are in the college days. My request to all my respected friends, now go to your places and ask for some test certificate. You will find the initial setting time is 30 minutes. is almost close to 120 10 minutes, and final setting time is very close to 220 plus or minus 10 minutes. That means the initial setting time, which should be minimum 30 to almost 120, that is 2 hours, and final setting time where the setting phenomenon is over will go up to, it was initially placed up to 10 hours, now curtailed to maximum 4 hours. That means the process of setting, is restricted between 2 hours. After 4 hours, I'm practically very bulky man, very, I'm say obese or heavy. Even the person like me goes on the slab after 4, and you will find with the barefoot, of course, you will find that my foot impressions will not be seen on the slab. But at the same time, I'll get a hot feeling from the bottom. And this temperature is purely due to the chemical process which is called as the heat of the hydration. Take the example on the table I'm sitting. The height of the table is almost equal to 0.9 meters, almost equal to 0.9 meters. If I assume it is 1 meter at the center, the top or the bottom, after 7 or 8 hours, you will find the temperature which is created, temperature which is existing at that particular level is Celsius more than the ambient temperature. Today, the temperature at Karad at this moment is very close to 30 degrees Celsius. If I measure the temperature on the meter a D beam, it will be almost 50 degrees Celsius more. That means 30 plus 50 is 80 degrees Celsius. Naturally, there is a thermal gradient. Naturally, as per the physics law, the stability law, heavy temperature, high temperature will try to go to the atmosphere by generating a passage which is nothing but your ocean cage crack. To avoid it, we must go for the curing. We must go for the curing. That is the common question which is fired as a consultant to me. My answer is, in old it was fine. We should start the curing next day. If you ask me, what is the casting of the slab? You may not put the water. You may not spray the water. But definitely you can put the gunny bags wet, or you can use with that particular water, so that the temperature difference, which is nothing but the gradient, can be controlled, and this thermal crack or shrinkage can be prevented to a greater extent. If we start after 12, 13 hours or so, many of the portions are cracked due to the heavy temperature difference which is create, and that is the curing. That if I ask the question, what is the curing, many people will give different answers: sprinkling, spraying, ponding, and all. My definition of the curing is, you create a favorable situation of the site. What is the definition of the curing? You create a favorable situation at the site by any means, maybe ponding, maybe sprinkling, by using what is called as the curing compound, so that every unhydrated body of the concrete must be hydrated. That is the simple definition. That is the simple definition, and that is why using this flash is to be helpful, because the heat of the hydration generated will be reduced to the greater extent. These are the fibers, which is called as polyvinyl alcohol fibers. Technically, we brought it from China at that was 36 rupees thousand per kg. Now in India, in the last couple of years, many of the industries like Reliance, they are 1,000 rupees per kg. And hence, initially the bendable concrete was costly 2 to 3 times. Third, high modulus of elasticity. What is elasticity? Stress upon strain, durability, tensile strength, and bonding strength of the concrete matrix are the major desirable strength and modulus of elasticity 25 to 40 GPa, which is almost to 5 to 6 times L1. Second, elongation is 6 to 10%, which is more important, my dear friends. When it is subjected to deformations due to what is called so many other issues, this is the most important thing which contributes to the stability. And the tensile strength is between 900 to 1600 and compare with the conventional steel. As the diameter is small, many times if you go to they are colorless, they can be chopped, they can easily make high plasticity. It will basically take care of the weaknesses of the concrete whenever it is subjected to strains or the deformation. That water, we are using the normal potable water, nothing special. In fact, I use the water from the Krishna River itself, bipolar material, which is used chemically and physically to convert into the two processes, setting and hydration. This is how the plate of the concrete, what I seen, what I done at the Government College of Engineering Karad with my BTech and MTech student of the concrete subjected to the roller loading under the UTM. The conventional concrete cannot go to this level of deformation. My research earlier to this 0.01% strain, you can understand when you consider now the span and you find out the quantum of deformation at all. This state will not be crossed at all. And what you'll observe that even I extend further, you will find under this condition the same thing. When I go on loading, you will find now at this moment only the small deformation. Still, it is not the catastrophic failure. It is not sudden failure. It is not going to make a sound and come down. It will give you a lot of signal. This straight line, you can understand how much deformation has taken place before collapse. Still, it is under the working condition that is I want to put before you. This is what is called as the deformation, deformability, or what is called as the plastic strain. These are the things that I use at the Karad. I will put the mixed design also for you for your work. 53 grade Ultratech cement donated by the Ultratech with the help of L&T. Sand, the conventional sand, basically finest modulus I got was around 2.8. Super plasticizer, fiber, polyvinyl coal, water, drinking water. This is another for you. The properties of this particular say material was like this, with the length of 6 mm, which is called as the aspect ratio of the fibers. In fact, if you put as the bundle in the concrete, that will be part of the cracking. It must be chopped. It must have the proper dimension aspect ratio, and hence we have used like this, and the percent by weight of the cement, 1.2%. These are the different fibers we tested before we went for what is called as the PVA fibers, because this material, this technique or this particular design is to be used actually in the monorail project, and here testing more than 1300 1400 cubes are casted in the presence of L&T officials. PVA fibers